of this?
Yeah.
Here we go.
You ought to go on the radio and be an all-night disc jockey.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen of Radio Land?
Okay, roll sound.
We're on the air in 1 minute.
Please stand by.
Standing by. No further away than the push of a button. We're on the air in 30 seconds.
This would sound quite fantastic.
10 seconds of transmission.
Hey, you don't like the show? Change the channel.
You know, if we had a few more shows like this, we'd really be in business.
Okay, let's get this show rolling, everybody.
It's Big Fun live from your sister's apartment. It is episode number 7 of the Trigger Warning Funtime Show, featuring our accommodating staff of regulars. I'm Scratch Masterson.
And I am Burrito Supreme.
Why do you do that?
I like that. People, I wonder if they fell for it. No, I'm Babyface Nelson.
Say what? I'm Burrito Supreme.
I'm Superfan Ozzy.
And introducing our brand new intern for the summer. What's your name?
It's Wally Martinson.
Hi, Wally.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
And we'll get to know more about Wally as we get along with the show a little bit later on. Today's show brought to you by Fargo's Moorhead, the hat shop for people with exceedingly large heads, and by Trans Globocam, a division of Helmart. And I have exciting news for all of you. Episode number 6, the last episode we just did, got a 100% approval rating on the internet.
We did it!
Listened online and they loved it. All platforms of the internet. YouTube, all thumbs up. Facebook, nothing but likes. That's
even
very
in
rare.
Uzbekistan?
Yeah.
Really?
You think about some of the most popular shows, Cheers final episode, MASH final episode, none of them have ever gotten a 100% approval rating, but we got nothing but thumbs up.
I think us and then the season premiere of season 3 of Family Matters are the only things to ever get a 100% approval rating.
Yeah. The only negativity we actually received on the show is some show members who secretly told me individually, we love doing the show. It's a great outlet, but I never get to push my individual proj. You know, it's all about the collective. It's always about the Trigger Warning gang, and I want to be able to push my own agenda. So we've added a new segment to open the show, and it is called Personal Plugs.
Excellent. Now, people came to you and told you this?
Hey, don't act like you weren't one of them.
Oh, I mean, if you're going to call me out like that.
Right.
But I think you were pretty excited about that. You've got a whole myriad of products that you personally endorse.
Yeah, we all do. So why doesn't everybody just take an individual turn and whatever you've got going on, websites, other podcasts, you name it. Who wants to start?
Well, I guess I'll go ahead. I was recently approached and asked if I'd want to help sponsor or push a new product by Wild Turkey called Wild Turkey NA. So it's all the great taste of warm whiskey, but none of the fun effects.
So that's a non-alcoholic whiskey.
Correct. Non-alcoholics when you're having a bad day at work and you just need something to get through. You run out to the car quick and take a little pull and back to work you can go.
All the great taste.
Do you have any on you?
Not anymore, no.
Oh, that's
sorry.
All the
I'd like
great
to
taste,
try
but
that.
no bad decisions, no poor choices.
Correct.
No
There's none of the walk of shame at the end of the night.
So if you want your kids to be able to have a really authentic Thelma and Louise costume for Halloween this year, no longer do you have to drink all the regular Wild Turkey and then fill it up with some kind of iced tea. You can now buy Wild Turkey
Wild
NA.
Turkey NA.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great for children.
Wonderful. It's a nice starter pack.
You know, my family are Algonquin. And
like Indian?
Yes. And I'm 100% Algonquin. And one thing that's been passed down from generation to generation in the Gordons, I mean, that's what we call ourselves now, but it used to be the running rivers. We've always had very strong menstrual flows in my family. And so we developed
The men and the women?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And because that's how it works, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we developed a tampon many years ago that I have now started marketing myself, and it's the JJ Gordon tampon, and our tagline is "Put a little JJ in you."
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm. The applicator has a picture of my face on it. I think it's very good, and it really brings me back to my roots as my native people.
Is that still in the beta stage, or is that out there?
Oh no, I've been stalking women's restrooms for months now.
I've actually put a little JJ in me, and I tell you, it really does stop a heavy flow.
Yeah, no regrets.
No regrets.
Okay. It's almost 100% buckwheat, so it's natural. You can plant them afterwards in your garden, and you'll end up with a bountiful harvest come October.
Wow, so JJ's just JJ
Gordon brand tampons.
Great. You got
put a little JJ.
Anything you want to
Yeah,
push?
so I was actually contacted by Loot Crate. They're looking at making crates that they're just going to be, kind of local and based on local celebrities. So they asked me, Burrito, to create a crate that I think would be, and if you're not familiar with Loot Crate, this is one of those things that you get like a surprise box every month with different stuff in it. And so they asked me to put together like a first month crate of things that I think are necessary every month. And I had like a couple options that they had given me. And so I'll run down what you could get in your first Burrito Supreme crate.
This is exciting.
Yes. 2 liters of tequila, a box of condoms, pack of face wipes, because you never know when you're going to need those, ibuprofen, a vaginal pH balance testing kit, just in case something's funky down there, a pregnancy test, if that happens, a Plan B pill, and a big garlic summer sausage.
It sounds like this really promotes a questionable living standard.
Well, they wanted based on my lifestyle, and these are things that I use every month.
I noticed that there's no clothing items in there or vegetables of any kind. Would you be interested in putting in some JJ Gordon brand tampons? As Loot Crate?
Yeah, and I'm going to switch the crate up every month, so that definitely should be something that's in there one month. I'd love for other people to try that.
Fantastic. I'll have my people call your people.
Really setting that moral bar low, aren't you?
Well,
Well,
being honest.
Is there ever going to be a key to your place or cab fare?
Ooh. Coupons for free breakfast.
Free Uber ride.
Uber ride.
Well, you guys know I have a website, goofroof.com, that now not only has my artwork on it, but I've started a whole line of products that really exploits what we're doing here with the Trigger Warning Funtime show, and it's called Trigger Warning Funtime Wear. So you want a shirt with Jack Spade's face on it, you want yoga pants with Burrito Supreme's face across the ass, I've got it. I've got mouse pads with for your computer that have got Superfan Ozzy on them, buttons with Babyface Nelson on them, anything I can do to grab some cash. I pretty much went on all of your guys' Facebook pages.
And just pulled their photos?
Just took pictures out of your photo section and made little adhesive graphics for shirts, boogie boards, and T-shirts, coffee mugs.
Am I going to get any money off of this if you're using my face?
Residuals or...
I'm kind of surprised that you guys would want anything out of this, since I'm the one doing the legwork on it.
I'm completely fine with it because I love when people sit on my face.
Right. Well, 100% of the profits are going to Scratch the World, which is my charity, and I know that you guys would not want to take away from a charity.
I've never heard of this charity.
Well, I use it as a tax break, and the money pretty much pays for pens and computers and other stuff that I use to create my art that in turn entertains the world.
I don't think that's a charity. That's not a charity.
Put the Trigger Warning Funtime logo on and show your support for the show. You can go to goofroof.com and pick those up. You guys have an issue with
honest,
that?
I feel like if I had put together, like a Scratch Masterson adult diaper, you'd want something for that.
This seems really petty of you.
Really?
I think it's very
petty.
Yeah, it's very petty of you.
All right. I guess I'm the Tom Petty of the group, okay? But that makes you the heartbreaker, Scratch.
I have no problem with that. Let's close the lid on this segment, which we have deemed Personal Plugs. Should we get to know our intern, Wally Martinson, a little bit better?
Let's do this. Wally, welcome to the studio. I got to tell you, I'm a little off-put by those pantaloons.
Yes, they are pantaloons because I have, I'd like to take the opportunity. I have a personal product that I'm trying to sell too.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so...
I know you're a new addition, but
I am, yeah. There's, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Ancestry.com. Are you guys familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start a website called Descendantry.com, and what we do is we map out what your family's going to look like in about 100 years. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's a lot of guesswork. So we're not. We're working to get some government grants. Just Descendantry.
Descendantry.
Yeah. I think this is really going to take off. So if you guys are looking to invest some dollars,
still doesn't explain the pantaloons.
Oh, right. Yeah, the pantaloons. We got them at Savers.
Yeah.
Did you know Savers is a dollar section?
I did not.
Yeah. That's it. That's all there is.
Wally, now we should let people know that you are a non-traditional intern. When we originally put this ad up on Craigslist, we were expecting a buxom co-ed. I mean, if we're going to lay our cards out on the table, and instead you're the only person applied, and Burrito hired you. I mean, she said you had a great resume, but how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 36. I was buxom. for a while, and then I saw the hashtag dadbod trending, so I stopped working out to try and ride that wave. Retired accountant, really good with numbers, so I'm just super excited to be here. So I love you guys. I've been listening to you guys for at least 6 episodes. So I think Babyface, you're everything I expected. So I appreciate you bringing me in. Really putting in a good word for me. So
we're excited to have Wally Martinson be part of the show.
I am too. In fact, we were talking about things that we could get Wally to start doing for us, and of course, the obvious things: coffee runs, going and making copies, picking up dry cleaning and stuff like that. But we were thinking that better use of you and your time, Wally, would be to pitch you in physical challenges against our rivals.
That sounds amazing. First of all, the dad bod, gives me a physical advantage. So I feel like we got this pegged. So you just let me know what you need me to do, and I'm on board.
I think the key here is to not allow any of your challengers to use your weight against you, like in karate. I think what you need to do is, if you're going to, let's say we're going to have you wrestle a rival podcast, okay? I think you just need to run at them and then throw your body weight at them in a weird ball shape with flailing limbs, so there's really no way for them to turn around and flip you or anything like that. Also, side note, I really love what you did with washing everyone's car today. That was just stellar work.
Yeah, that's also the Wally Martinson's car wax. So if this Descendant Street thing doesn't take off, something to consider. Let me know, how the shine works out for you. I'm all for the flailing of the arms. When I was in high school, I majored in Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee's martial art. I'm not Asian, but I still did that. So,
well, it's good to know that you're on our side. Now, Burrito, when you interviewed Wally, did you think it was weird that he was 36 years old applying to be our intern? And this is an unpaid internship.
I didn't really know that we were trying to put an age limit on it, I guess. And I knew that, we needed an intern. And once again, the only one that applied. I also asked him what his, it's a normal question that I ask all of our interns that we bring in. What superhero power would you want and why?
Yeah, it would be invisible fingers. Because if you can't see my fingers, you never know where I'm coming, right?
Invisible fingers.
Just my fingers.
Okay.
Just my fingers. Yeah, invisibility just in general across the whole body. I feel like that's too powerful. I wanted to take like a middle level power approach.
I can imagine the element of surprise too if you're wearing a pair of gloves and then you take them off and
yeah. I'm very unsuccessful with women, so just in general.
I noticed that on your ring finger, you've got an area that's ring-shaped that is slightly a lighter skin tone. Did you happen to be married before now?
Yeah, I was married for a very short stint. It was a Vegas wedding. She ran off with the pastor.
Oh, man, that's rough.
Yeah, it was.
He was dressed like Elvis.
He was dressed like Elvis, right, and he was a midget. Can you say midget?
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, is that appropriate? Midget's appropriate. I just wasn't sure if that's like an appropriate term.
On this show.
On this show, it is.
Okay.
Well, we've all had a chance to meet Wally, and I think we should do a little roundtable discussion here. And the thing I thought we would bring up today is what small thing still puts a smile on your face? Whether it's your song coming on the radio, or your dog being excited to see you, or cupping a fart, whatever. I, for example, have subscribed to Mad Magazine since I was, for like the last 20 years, I've had a subscription to Mad Magazine. And I love when it comes in the mail. It comes every other month now. But when Mad shows up in my mailbox, I get a huge smile on my face. Used to be when my Netflix would come, but now you just get the streaming, But it used to be like Christmas every time you'd open up your mailbox and be like a new
12 Angry Men.
Exactly. So
you know what puts a smile on my face is coming home and seeing that like the lawn has been mowed recently. So
you don't have to do it.
My lady mows the lawn, and so coming home, because I get that smell and I enjoy that. Also, one of the little things in life that always puts a smile on my face is going into our local strip club and seeing someone I went to high school with working there. That always, especially if she was mean or rejected me at some point, at which point I'm going to be like, I've got a $20 bill in my pocket and some tears in your eyes.
There's a particularly snotty girl from our neighborhood growing up. She's a couple of grades younger than me, and we went there one time, and she was waitressing there, and she all gave us a snotty look and was like, don't say anything to anybody about this. And I thought, I'm saying something to everybody about this.
I'm telling everybody I know.
Yeah. It's like, I'm coming back in on topless waitress night. I.
Remember chemistry with Mr. Dinkelman?
I still get a smile on my face every time I'm like alone and I like have a really really great burp, like the kind that
Does
echoes.
it put a bigger smile on your face when other people are around, though?
No,
Yeah, like why is it when you're alone?
I mean, it's when I'm alone because I can really be proud of myself and not worry about anyone's judgment. You know, some people don't like it when ladies burp, and I'm a burpy lady. So when I'm alone, I know that I can really let it go, just open up, really get the pipes going.
Let me imagine, because really with a fart, there's a lingering odor, but with a burp, you've got a very finite amount of time to smell it. Mm-hmm. And if you burp in public, you can't go like, and then smell it because you don't have time to check your left, your right, maybe there's someone there. But if you're all by yourself, you can burp and take it in immediately, and you can be like, oh, I did have a chimichanga today.
Waft it in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think it's also because it happens when I'm like laying in bed watching TV with my eating blanket on, and I have,
You might have to explain that to some people that don't know what that is.
When I eat, I don't like to get crumbs in my bed, but I like to eat in my bed. So I wear a blanket as a big giant bib, and I eat on that so that I can shake it out when I'm done. So there'll be like
finger in her belly button.
Yeah, sometimes there'll be like a box of pizza, and like I do this thing where like I'll just like heat up frozen vegetables and just eat them right out of the bag, like a sad single woman.
When they find your body, it's gonna be tucked under your eating blanket with a bag of green giant steamers right next to it. And they'll be like, she's been dead for days, and why does it smell like burps in here?
But look at the huge smile on her face.
She died happy.
I just like then I'll like have a great burp, and I'll look down and I'll be like, this is the life. Oh.
That's so sad. I am LIVIN. What about you, Ozzy?
Actually, what probably puts the biggest smile on my face is when you make candied bacon. And it actually comes out perfect.
Oh.
It's not too sticky. It's not too overdone. It's not runny.
Do you make a pretty big batch when you do it, or what do you do?
Yeah, it's usually a couple pounds of bacon. I'll do at a time, but that's the bad thing is if you screw it up, you screwed up 2 pounds of bacon now.
Right.
So,
you make a couple pounds of candied bacon. How long does that last?
Not long. A day.
Do you ever think it'd be easier to just feed a live pig a bunch of licorice and then slaughter it?
Licorice?
Would you feed him brown sugar, wouldn't you?
Sugar.
Oh, no. It's candied bacon. Isn't that how you make candied bacon? You melt a bunch of licorice and then you pour that over the bacon?
I don't think you're familiar with the delicious candied
Brown
bacon.
Sugar.
Brown sugar. It's like...
You go over to Babyface's, it's all Twizzler bacon.
I've got Twizzler bacon. I've got Twizzler tacos. You tried my Twizzler spaghetti where I substitute the Twizzler for noodles. What about you, Wally? You have something that puts a smile on your face?
Yeah, mine's. I've never really shared this before, but I like it. So I like when I go to the bathroom and I pee. I like to time the flush so that the flush ends right when my pee stream ends.
All right, hands up. Who else in this room has done that before?
It's probably my favorite thing.
Racing
I'm
the toilet.
the only one not raising my hand,
But
and
it's
that's
not
because
racing.
I don't want to flush while I'm still sitting on the toilet. In
Right.
fact,
Yeah.
that's like the automatic toilets are the worst. Automatic
Lean
public
forward a
toilets,
little too much
and it flushes, and you get that splashback.
Yeah, but I want to be perfectly clear. It's not really racing because I'm timing it perfectly so that my pee ends when the flush ends. So it's not really racing. It's like synchronized pee flushing.
That last
And when
bit
you
of
get
pee
it
is
right.
going down the hole right as the water's going. Glug, 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 glug.
Yeah. My Kegels are amazing.
Now, if that puts a smile on your face, what about a frown? Like when that little flush back is what I call it, where it's into the drain, but it didn't make it over like the U part, and like some of it comes back, so you think, oh, I'm gonna have to double flush this one. Maybe like a little single kernel of corn, or like a piece of little feta
floater.
cheese, or something like that.
I just read an article that was like the 3 C's of what will always make it like whole to the sewage treatment plant, and it was corn, condoms, and I can't remember the last
Is it peanuts?
one.
No, nuts?
No, because it was
C.
the 3 C's.
Oh,
it was like
sorry.
Corn,
nuts.
condoms, and
one other C. I'll have to
Cats.
look it up. I can look
Is
it.
there
It
a
wasn't
cat in your
cats. Cats.
Gotta get rid of a
Again.
dead cat somehow.
how do you make candied bacon? I just don't understand.
Utter nonsense.
Utter nonsense. We're going to play a game here, you guys. Now, I don't know if you know this, but when I was in high school, I was in theater. I was quite the thespian.
Can I just say it? The 3 C's: corn, condoms, and cockroaches.
And all 3 of them could end up in the same thing, and it's a wonderful adventure book.
Isn't that the movie Flushed Away?
So in utter nonsense, what's going to happen here is one of us is going to be a judge, and they are going to pick a card with a phrase on it. Then they're going to pick another card with a style of accent or speech pattern on it. Then everyone is going to get a round robin like ability to try this, and then the judge decides who did it the best.
All right.
Okay, so we'll go with this. Wally, we'll let you pick the first one. Okay, so you pick a white card here. Tell us what the accent is first.
The accent is Mexican.
Okay, Mexican is the accent, and what is the phrase?
Cute shoes. Too bad that dress makes you look so chubby.
Cute shoes. Too bad that dress makes you look so chubby. In a Mexican accent. Who would
I'll
like
go
to start?
first.
All right, you first.
Cute shoes. Too bad the dress makes you look chubby.
Well done. I like that. Well played. Well played.
All right.
I'll go second. Hey, cute shoes. Too bad that dress makes you look so chubby. Just a little Italian there.
All right, Ozzy?
I can't even do it.
You can't?
Can't do it. I can't do an accent.
Why don't you take the non-race card and just say it in your normal voice and be like, that's what they sound like.
What's the phrase again?
Cute shoes.
Cute.
Bad
You see, it's
dress
going to come
makes
off.
you look so chubby.
It'll sound Italian.
Well, that sounds Burrito. All her stuff sounds Italian when she does accents.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like literally like cute to shoes. Yeah, it's Father Guido is what it comes out as.
Cute the
Cute to
shoes.
shoes. Yeah.
All right, so you're going to forfeit this
I gotta
one?
forfeit
All right,
that.
he's forfeiting. All right, now for you, Burrito.
Burrito, cute shoes. Too bad that dress makes you look so chubby.
All right, Wally, who's taking it home?
Who did it best?
I gotta give this one to Babyface. I think Babyface did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right, so then since I won, I'll take the next one, okay? So I'll choose one card here. and
You're
one
basically
card
just
here.
doing Cheech Moran, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. Yeah.
I was trying to go with a nondescript, generic.
I thought you were going to
Mexican.
go with Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh.
All right, the accent is toddler. The phrase is, I've never pulled an all-nighter, but my snatch sure has. Again, the phrase is, I've never pulled an all-nighter, but my snatch sure has. The accent is toddler. Who would like to begin?
I'll begin.
All right, go for it, Burrito.
Hey guys, I've never pulled an all-nighter, but my snatch sure has.
Wally, you want to take this next one?
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a spin. I've never pulled an all-nighter, but my snatch sure has.
All right, Ozzy, we got this
All
one.
right. I've never pulled an all-nighter, but my snatch sure has.
All right.
I've never pulled an old lady, but my snot sure has.
That's Howie Mandel doing Bobby from Bobby's World. Yeah.
I immediately knew when I heard it. I'm gonna say that one was Ozzy because of the way he said sure. All right, so there you go. You get to pick.
Well, the accent's Bostonian.
Okay.
If you're willing to get creative, I've got an idea for how we could knock a few dollars off your rent.
Okay, I'm going to go first on this one. Here we go. If you're willing to get creative, I've got an idea for how we could knock a few dollars off your rent.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, if you're willing to get creative, I got an idea for how we could knock a few dollars off your rent. Huh? What do you think? I swear.
If you're willing to get creative, I've got an idea how we could knock a few dollars off your rent.
Was that William Shatner in Boston?
If you're willing to get creative, I've got an idea for how we can knock a few dollars off your rent.
It's like the classy Bostonian.
Where we going with, Ozzy?
I got to go with Vinny.
Oh, what's a vagina? It's the box a penis comes in. Oh! All right, everybody. The accent is pooping. The accent is pooping. And the phrase is, my aunt in Queens is going to be single forever because she was blessed with the face of a hot pastrami sandwich.
Whoa.
Say it like you're pooping. Who's going to get started?
Pass that card over to me.
Okay.
My aunt in Queens is going to be single forever because she was blessed with the face hot pastrami sandwich.
Really constipated, huh?
Yeah, right?
Gripes. Drink some prune juice.
In Queens is gonna. Oh my God. She's gonna be singing off her because she was blessed with the face of a hot pastrami. I need a glass of water. She's blessed with the face of a hot pastrami sandwich.
You guys all need more fiber. Have a glass of Metamucil.
Metamucil, yeah. A little clinky when you stir it.
You're super fan Ozzy.
Yeah. Okay. My aunt in Queens is going to be single forever. Okay, here we go. Come on. She was blessed with the face of a hot pastrami sandwich.
Yikes.
It's a moment we've all been waiting for.
We love girls on the bathroom, on the toilet.
It's a weird fetish that you guys have.
Mm-hmm.
My aunt in Queens is going to be single forever because she was blessed with the face of a hot pastrami sandwich.
I'm giving it to Britta. I like the inflection. There's little surprise poops in there.
You know that feeling, right? When you're
you
like,
don't even see it coming. You're just like,
I'm going to be about 4 more minutes.
It was the breathing beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
Hot. Why is it so hot?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had to use the facilities like at a date's house? Like, has that ever happened to you? I
refuse.
I remember one time when I was in high school and I was dating a girl who it turned out to just be the worst. And we had only gone on a couple dates, but we went over to her house and she had never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So we were watching that, but I'd also eaten a bunch of like Martian munchies over at Space Aliens that night, and so I had to go real bad. So she has wicker furniture to begin with. So it sounds like, I'm chopping down a bunch of trees just to get out of the furniture. And then I went to the bathroom, which was right next to the couch we were on.
Ugh.
And I was like, how am I gonna play this off? How am I gonna be cool with this? And then eventually I decided, you know what? If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And I went to town, and then when I walked out, I didn't even bother shutting the door behind me.
oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
You're an animal.
She was also out of toilet paper, so I used an entire box of Kleenex.
I actually was so I was going out with this girl, and I'm just gonna say it. She was from Walker. All right, so when she's listening to the podcast, she's gonna know I'm talking about her. And pretty early on in our relationship, she decided that she was gonna take us for a romantic stay in this hotel, and she rented the room and everything. And I swear to God, as soon as we got to the room, she's like, I'm really sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to use the bathroom. And she went in and took a big dump right at the beginning of our romantic evening in this hotel room, and whew, the room stunk. Really took me out of it. Took me out of the moment.
All the strawberries tasted like dump. The champagne tasted like dump.
There's no coming back.
Not a romantic
Why does
stay.
this taste like fart?
Now, I'm just curious. What kind of a romantic hotel did she take you to? Was it like a?
It was up in northern Minnesota. I don't know if I remember.
Great or
No, it was classier than that.
yeah,
It's hard
like
to believe.
a Motel
Like an
6
Econo Inn?
or
Super 16.
Holiday Inn Express.
It was probably like a Holiday Inn, but we were pretty young, so just the fact that we were staying in a hotel was great. But it was we brought champagne and we brought all this stuff, and then she took a shit in the hotel room.
I would have went and used
Instead of,
one
like,
of
I'm
like
gonna go-
the public restrooms
Right.
in the hotel, right? Like down in the lobby or in the pool area.
Here's how I would have played it.
Or the pool.
Here's how I would have played it. I'm gonna go get some ice, baby, and I would have grabbed the ice bucket and then walked down the hall
And pooped in the
shit in the
ice
bucket.
bucket?
The bucket.
Seems like you'd have better options than that.
You open the
wasn't
front.
going to say that, but
You open the front door of your house, and there is a very attractive girl defecating and holding herself up with a tree in front of your house. Do you call the cops?
Scale 1 to 10. How's her butt?
got
Well,
poop
there's
coming out of
poop
it.
coming out of it.
It's still a valid question because
It's like a 7.
so -2 for pooping, so it's a 5.
Only a -2 for pooping.
Well, I mean, it's a tiered system, right? So if you start as a 3, it's -6, but the higher up in the levels you get,
So if she's a clear 10, she's
an
still
11. It's an
Yeah, it
11.
goes
then.
up.
Yeah.
she gets points for pooping.
Nice turd cutter.
Yeah. She adds points. Hey, Tootsie Roll. What's she doing by that tree over
Be
there?
like, you can keep this.
Speaking this reminds me of a question that we should ask Wally because it's one that we've been debating for a couple weeks now. How much money would you need to be paid to, first question, have someone shove a banana up your butt? Second question, to shove a banana up someone else's butt.
Okay, well, this is a really easy question because I've done both.
Okay,
And it
okay.
was $3 for mine, $6 for somebody else's.
You charge more to put it up somebody else's?
Absolutely. I mean, I know my butt. I don't know their butt.
I'm of the firm belief that I
Wow.
couldn't put one up my butt. Babyface seems to think that he could use his sphincter in a chewing motion.
I would reverse masticate the donut. And
The donut? What else are you shoving in your butt?
I'm on several podcasts, okay? But no, I feel like I would, as the banana was going in, it would have to be a peeled banana.
Well, that's
but
what I was
I
going to
could,
ask. Are they peeled?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah,
The,
I
both of these instances, they're peeled.
I would squeeze my sphincter, and I would reverse, eat the banana in, smaller, mushy chunks, and so I feel like I'd be all right with it. Because here's the
butthole's
thing.
going like, num,
Num,
Yeah.
num, num, num,
In
num,
fact,
num.
I can show you what it would look like. All I'll do is wrap my lips around my teeth. And then now if it was an unpeeled banana, something with the peel still on, I would that'd be a lot more because I don't protect. I
Like $9 or what?
Yeah, easily triple what I would originally charge. But by that same degree, though, not a long time ago, I was having a conversation with Burrito, and I said, "Well, how much if you were a prostitute? How much would it cost for someone to use the rear entry of the warehouse?" And she said, "I don't know, maybe like $200." And I was like, that's it? Are you kidding me? I could pay for that right now. Like, in fact, in this room, we could go to a single ATM and all have a go. And I said, you need to put more value on that.
You're saying if you're a prostitute, though, you're already in a position where you're in need of some fast
She's
cash.
got a lot of student debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's cracked. And did you hear what was in her loot crate?
I guess I didn't know that I could charge. Like, I don't know what the going rates are for things because I'm not a prostitute.
I think,
and I'm so used to giving things away for free that like $200 sounds like a bonus, you know?
Like, woo!
$200 free dollars?
Do you take PayPal? What about Bitcoin?
Just think of the picnic spread you could lay out on that eating blanket with that kind of scratch, huh? Holy cow.
All right, Wally, thanks for coming in. We'll have you do a bunch of other stuff for us right now, but do you have any parting wisdom for the people out there?
Don't buy pants at Savers.
All right, for the Trigger Warning Funtime Show podcast number 7, I'm Scratch Masterson.
I'm Babyface Nelson.
I'm Superfan Ozzy.
I'm Burrito Supreme.
Along with our intern Wally Martinson, our friend Jack Spade will be back next week. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.